Hello everyone, and welcome back to TBO. On today's episode, it's finally here. DC has done something right. Something we've both enjoyed.
I can't believe it. I'm shell shocked.
Something miraculous has happened. DC finally has made a decent movie again.
It's been a long time coming.
Not since The Dark Knight, or The Dark Knight Rises, or Wonder Woman, or Shazam, or any of the
Okay, I wouldn't say Dark Knight Rises is a particularly great film.
I like The Dark Knight Rises. I don't care what anyone says. I like that movie. I love Tom Hardy. Anything Tom Hardy's in, I'll watch. Except I haven't watched anything much what Tom Hardy is in.
How shall we start this review?
Dan, what are your thoughts, feelings, and emotions on it?
Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the sound design.
Very good.
Because I'm sure most people know whenever I do a review, that's one of the first things I will talk about. I want to talk about this one, and I think this is one of the best sound designs I've ever heard in a film. It's so good.
Even Batman walking is scary.
It's so good, and when they use Nirvana as well, it goes so well.
Nirvana? Was that Nirvana?
Yeah, the song's
Nirvana. I don't know
Nirvana.
music. I'm so sorry, people of the world who love music. I don't know music. I didn't. Sorry, COVID. Not COVID. I didn't realize in the Black Widow that was Nirvana.
Yeah. This one's Nirvana.
I have no musical knowledge. Any song is a new song to me.
It's something in the way.
I swallowed a Tic Tac. Hang on.
Thank you for swallowing a Tic Tac and ruining the podcast. That's it. We've just turned off all of our listeners.
Now I've had to cough it up. It's back in my mouth. It's good. The fresh mintiness of a Tic Tac. Sponsors, please. I'd love to be sponsored by Tic Tac. I enjoy your product way too much.
They can't sponsor you because they would lose too much money.
No, they wouldn't. I'm a great investor. I can.
No, that's my point. You're the biggest customer. So if they sponsor you, not get anyone else.
I could get other people. I can show them the Tic Tac pocket.
Anyway,
you don't want to know what the Tic Tac pocket is?
Not really. Does sound a bit perverted.
For the investor meeting.
What'd you say?
I'll save it for the investor meeting.
Okay, yeah.
Tic Tac. Sound design, Dan. Go.
Yeah, so the sound design, I think it's absolutely fantastic. The moments where it's supposed to be tense, I think it's very similar or reminiscent of Scream. I know that sounds a bit...
Not watched it.
Scream's just known for that, like that. That's not right. That does not sound right at all. That's it. That one, yeah. I just can't do a high-pitched voice.
That's not Scream. The is Psycho.
That's the one. I think that's what I meant.
Scream is the parody, horror movie.
Is Scream the parody of Psycho?
No, Scream is like just parody or horror, and then Psycho is like the Alfred Hitchcock
I mean Psycho. I get confused between those two. Very similar, where it's building up tension. That first scene, full spoilers. The first scene where you see the mayor get murdered.
Yes.
The sound makes the scene tense.
Do you think that was Bruce Wayne at the beginning?
Definitely, 100%.
I didn't. I was like, nah, they're not going to do an origin.
No.
And then I saw a child, and I was like, God damn it, they're doing an origin. No, they're not doing an origin. They're doing creepy, dumb mayor who full of corruption.
Yeah, and I'm going on to the plot. I'm very happy they didn't do sort of who was the Riddler, that plot, because they could have very easily done that.
No, it was, we got to stop this fucking whack job.
Yeah, it was more about...
Oh, yeah, we're 6 minutes in, but spoilers.
I didn't say spoilers.
Did you? I wasn't paying any attention.
You never do.
Talking about Tic Tac. I was joking on Tic Tacs. Go on. Keep going. Share your thoughts.
Okay, you just distract me. Honestly, I have a train of thought, and then you just make me go off topic.
You were talking about Riddler.
Right, yes. They make the whole mystery surrounding about why is he doing this rather than who he is, which I think's fantastic, and that's definitely the way to go with the plot, because let's be honest, I'm sure about 90% of people know who Riddler is.
Yeah.
Anyone
going to a Batman movie probably knows who the Riddler is. And then you got 10 people who don't.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm very glad they've done that.
Design?
I loved the fact Batman was a detective in this film. He was always sort of the smartest man in the room.
See, some people said he's not.
Not what? The smartest man?
No.
Who is the smartest man? If you say Riddler, I'd accept it, but not.
Well, technically, I was just saying that people thought he was kind of stupid because all he was doing was solving riddles, but that's the Riddler's whole MO.
What do you mean he's solving riddles? You have to be clever to solve riddles.
Yeah, but I saw some people go, no, he's not smart because all he did was solve riddles and he didn't solve some of the stuff. And he failed because at the end he doesn't save everyone because he doesn't know what that carpet tool is. Which
he just doesn't connect the dots, does he? But that's
No. I would like to point out that Catwoman claims that he's rich because he's so out of touch with poor people. And I reckon if they'd done the line properly, or like because my biggest issue with that scene is the cop just happened to have a grandfather who used to do carpeting, and then he miraculously knows what the tool is. I reckon if they changed the line to, "Oh, that's a carpet tool. You never done a carpet before?" Something like that, just to show Bruce Wayne's affluence as being rich.
Yeah, that would have been better. Yeah,
because then it was like, because my biggest issue with it is, it's just some random cop's uncle or grandfather miraculously managed to know what that tool was. If it was just a sort of thing that most people commonly... I don't know what that fucking tool was. But if it was just like, show Bruce Wayne's disconnect between the common like laborer and him being super wealthy growing up rich, then it would kind of hammer home the Riddler's point a bit more. Of like... Because I reckon the reason... Because, okay, we'll get to the bit where Riddler is being interrogated by Batman in the prison cell.
Another good scene.
Yeah, really good scene. Because you get the fake out that he start talking about Bruce Wayne directly to Batman, and everyone goes, "Oh shit, the Riddler knows Batman is Bruce Wayne." And
yeah,
then it turns out...
I was really hoping he didn't know. At that moment, I was like, please change this.
And then it turns out, no, he's upset because it's the only one they didn't kill, but it's because it's like, oh, Bruce Wayne is rich and he's so out of touch with people, he's just a recluse and everyone feels sorry for him, but he's a billionaire, so why should they feel sorry for him and not all the orphans who are poor? So I think it would have been better if they'd done that scene where it was just, like I was saying, the guy goes, "What, you never done this before?" So it was just kind of like a common, like, household manual laborer sort of thing, just to kind of also hammer home the point that Bruce Wayne is so disconnected from other people because of how rich he is.
Yeah, I mean, I never actually picked up on that during the film. I never noticed it.
I didn't notice the fact that when the Riddler smacks the mayor with the thing in the beginning, when he flings it back and you see it scrape, that's the blood stain that Batman looks at, and then the camera person comes over and realizes that, oh, Batman spotted that, I'll take a photo of that. And it wasn't until the second time around that I spotted that detail, because I was like, oh shit, that's why Batman looked at it, because that's how he connected the dot when he picked it up the next time and he actually found the murder weapon, because it's taken with the Riddler to his base, and then the Riddler, when Batman sees it, he's like, okay, I know this is the murder weapon because it's caused the blood marks on that point where I saw already. So he is smart.
Also, he's the one who solved the first riddle, saying it's the exclusive key as well.
He lies.
He also connected the dots with drive, no one else did, and then made thumb drive, which no one else did.
Yeah, because someone pointed out that, Alfred was doing that cipher, but no, Batman was the one who went, no, you're going down the wrong path, try this. So he did solve that.
I think Alfred did the second one.
Alfred started on the second. He did the pigeon one.
Technically, he did it wrong.
Yeah, he did the Spanish wrong.
Yeah.
Or Riddler did it wrong. No?
Oh, no, he did do it wrong because it was meant to be
URL.
And it became URL.
To link to a URL.
Yeah, which I thought was fantastic. I love that.
See, I thought some people found that cheesy. I was like, no, that's good. I like that.
That's actually really good. That's a really good, like, oh, wait, it's this.
Yeah, no, I like the puzzle solving in this. I liked how crazy the Riddler's contraptions were. They were like saw machines.
Yeah, it's so good. And also, I didn't realize in America, this film's PG-13. It's just in the UK, it's 15.
Yeah. Oh, I got stopped at the ticket thing because they were having kids accidentally sneak in, so they were having to check people to see if they were like...
They checked if you were over 15.
No, they were just checking my ticket because they were like, I know I already checked you because I went to the wrong side, and then they sent me to the other one, and they were like, look, even though you've scanned your ticket over there, I'm going to have to scan you again just because we've had kids coming through trying to watch the Batman and sneaking into the cinema screens.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because they can't see it, can they?
Yeah, and I'm like, no, this movie is not for children.
Yeah, like
Batman's
the severed thumb.
Big ass pervert.
Yeah. I noticed that. I was like, he's saving that image for later.
Yeah, I like the Catwoman Batman romance. It's actually really well done. Like they're very serious, good chemistry.
Do you want to know? I don't know. I thought it was quite a fun fact. Do you know the actress playing Catwoman in this?
Yes, is the stepdaughter of Jason Momoa, Aquaman.
No, I was on about sort of Haley. What's not her name? Names just come out of my head. Hang on a minute.
What was the point? Okay,
Halle Berry. Talking. Halle Berry, that's the one.
Yes.
It's Haley. It's Halle Berry. Both Halle Berry and that actress played Storm in the X-Men.
Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah. She was
Yeah.
younger Storm, wasn't she?
Yes.
Yeah,
Was
and then,
she?
yeah. Zoe Kravitz was younger Storm, and Haley Berry was older Storm.
What? Hang on, I need to check this because I don't. She looks very different if she is.
So that's why, and they both play Catwoman as well.
No, it's a different person, Dan.
What?
Alexandra
My
Shipp
Google
is
told me it
Storm
was.
in X-Men Apocalypse. Did you read this off the internet?
Yes,
Did you get tricked by someone on the internet?
probably.
She plays Catwoman in an animated thing, Zoe Kravitz. If we want another music fact, she's the daughter of Lenny Kravitz, the musician. Anywho, Dan, stop trying to figure out where you got scammed off this knowledge. I don't think. No, Dan, you're wrong. Dan, stop it. Stop looking up, trying to find out if you were right. You're not.
I now realize I was wrong. Yes, I do realize that now.
Yeah, you're just confusing two.
It's just
black
Google
people.
said she was in this film. That's all it was. Google.
Who? Google what?
Google said that she was in X-Men, and I was like, oh yeah, she looks similar to Storm. I was like, I just connected the dots without checking.
She's the X-Men First Class Fire, the Wings lady, the Butterfly Girl. Shut up, Google.
Yeah, I realize that now.
Well done, Dad. You've derailed this.
Cut that out, please.
Nope, stick it in.
That's just ruined the review, isn't it?
No, that's just ruined your reputation as someone who knows two actresses.
I'm gone. See you later, lads. It's been fun.
No, get back here. Get back here. Don't you leave this podcast. You sit and suffer. We'll quickly move on. What do you think of the Penguin? What do you think of Colin Farrell?
He looks a bit too tall.
No,
I'm
he's
joking.
quite short.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
Yes, I knew. I was just like derailing your joke.
I've been derailed enough.
No. Oh my god, Dan. Do you want to know? Okay, so. Reeves took over and reworked the story, removing DCEU connections. He sought to explore Batman's detective side more than previous films, drawing inspiration from Alfred Hitchcock, the guy who did Psycho.
I told you
were
it's like
right.
Psycho. I made a connection without knowing, but I made it.
You did the wrong movie, but you got the connection, right?
Yeah.
Ugh. Well done. Anyway. But yeah, no, the Riddler, honestly, a little over the top, but I like that.
That's what you need, though. You need an over-the-top villain to be just completely insane.
Yeah, he scared me in some like I did laugh sometimes when he was on screen when I think it was meant to be serious. But I'm like, yeah, this is good.
The whole
It's
court
just-
scene as well. The court scene's fantastic.
Yeah, the driving the bomb, the detective. Ooh.
Also, everyone's saying, like, oh, Batman's not the smartest man in the room. He solved those riddles instantly.
Yeah, I reckon he was just doing. I like the idea that Batman just does riddles.
That's all he does.
I do like. Okay, I want to go back to the beginning because we've been jumping around just because why not? I like the fact that he's going slowly insane himself because he's just not sleeping, and so he has to write everything down.
Yeah, that's true. I also love the vengeance scene as well. I know we've got in the trailer, but it's so good.
Oh yeah, where he just beat. I like the fact they actually make him like a symbol of fear and how they
that's
represent that
good.
by just having everyone just looking into darkness and then just pissing themselves.
It's like,
he's
is it?
It's good. I really like how they established Batman in this. Like he genuinely is terrifying as a presence.
He also had a sort of a very interesting redemption arc as well, in a way.
Oh yeah, I do want to get onto that. What do you think it was?
Well, the redemption arc.
Yeah. What do you think was he like at the beginning, and then what do you think he was at the end?
Well, at the start, he really hated the criminals. Like, you just punch them because he hates them. And at the end...
Oh yeah, he's proper going. He's not pulling his punches. He's just punching.
Yeah, he
if
hates
the-
the villains so much. Or just antagonists in general.
Well, I think the big key thing is that when he saves that dude who's being robbed and by that gang, the guy is scared of him, even though he's just saved him, and he's like, "Please
Yeah.
don't hurt me." And then Batman just looks at him, just terrifies him even more, and then just looks up to the sky and goes, "Yep, I'm on call. I need to be there."
I also
And then
love
in
the
the
fact...
end-
Sorry, carry on.
No, go.
I was going to say, I also love the fact Jim Gordon has his own bat signal.
Okay, yeah. I do have one issue with Jim Gordon in this movie, and he's just the I'll read everything guy. Because he's just like, oh, you got a card, I'll read that. Oh, you got another card, I'll read that. Oh, there's a thing on a wall, I'll read that. And then it's just like, and then he's just like, oh yeah, bro, what's up? Like, yeah, that's it. I love his character. He's really good. But
I do.
Like, he just got sidelined to reading stuff, and it was just like, oh, cool, okay. It got kind of weird at some points. It's just this serious moment, and all you can hear is Jim Gordon going, "What'd you think, Batman?"
He loves Batman
He-
so much.
Yeah, he's like, "I'll take a punch for you, bro. Get out of here." I like that scene. It's
Also,
just like, you could have pulled your punches. I did. I do. No, go on.
like I say, this movie is definitely a Batman film. It's not Bruce Wayne at all. Bruce Wayne's pretty much not even in it.
No, he has literally gone. Because I don't know why people. Because I've seen complaints that Batman's like not as heroic as like he is, but I don't get why people can't separate the fact that this is a new telling from all the other shit.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
also,
like-
is Batman really that much of a hero? He does beat people up for a living.
Yeah.
He is
But
a vigilante.
My thing is that people are like, "Oh, why is Batman's wings like cape a wingsuit?" Because it's early days. It's 2 years in, but you're watching media where Batman's like straight up 40 years down the line, or 10 years down the line, where he's built an empire off of this, and he's got all the gadgets. He's refined everything. This is early days Batman. He's still not sleeping properly because he's just so heavily involved. He doesn't have the Bruce Wayne persona to keep people off of him. He's learning about it. He's learning to not be a just vengeance because he sees that it creates the Riddler. Because he's not inspiring hope in people. He's inspiring revenge and vengeance and just he's not doing it right.
Also, I think this film is a lot more realistic. He's not really using that many gadgets. The only one that's really there is a grappling gun. It's a lot
And
more
the taser.
sort of down to earth.
Yeah,
The villain's
taser.
nothing any special. It's just a nut job with social media.
Well, that I like that justification because the Riddler is like, we were working together. I'm the brains, you're the brawn, and
yeah,
you're
that's so good.
and it's just like he's been playing Batman because Batman has been going, well, the Riddler doesn't think of, like, he's just trying to prove a point. He's trying to best me. But no, he's trying to work with him. It's like he brought the pigeon or the rat into the light, and it's like, no, he was just doing it because of his self-adjustment. And that's why he doesn't think Bruce Wayne is the Batman, because the Riddler's idea of, like, rich people is so corrupted by how Gotham has treated him that he wouldn't even begin to think that the Batman was Bruce Wayne.
No, yeah, he wouldn't.
And I like that.
Oh, it's so good. It's such a good film.
Yeah. What do you think of the chase sequence?
Oh, I loved it so much. And I love that the Batmobile as well. Also, 'cause it's more down to earth as well. It's not so...
Yeah, jet engine.
Yeah, it's
I
not so
like-
flamboyant, no, but so loud.
Oh, yeah. The moment it... Like, in the cinema, the moment it kicks up and you just hear...
Yeah.
And it's just like, what the... I've never heard this much sound in a movie film before. But no, I think a moment that people misread, I think, is the bit where the car starts and goes forward and then stops. I think people think that car stalls. I think it was him going, yeah, go ahead, you get a head start. I'll let you go.
It
And
might
I
have
will
been.
still catch you.
Yeah.
I think it's an intimidation tactic. I think it's just go and then stop. So you're like, you know when you're like trying to throw a punch at someone, but you stop yourself and then they run away?
Yeah.
I think it's that. I think it's then I'll go after you and try and punch you.
Also, that scene was fantastic. I completely forgot about the moment where he jumps through the flames.
Oh yeah.
Until he
and
went
then
to the ramp, I
camera's
was like,
upside down.
Since
and
I saw the
he's
ramp, I was like,
walking
oh, it's here.
through.
But that was really well choreographed. A lot of this was, because it sort of did a different camera angle. It showed it from the sort of
It's
car's
like the
point of
wheels
view. Or...
and stuff. It's like when you're playing GTA and the camera, like you have the camera and it swaps like perspectives,
Yeah.
like as you're driving. And that always annoyed me in GTA because it's like, oh, here's some cinematic shots of, and it's like, no, I'm trying to drive.
But in this, it worked. It's so
yeah, it
good.
worked really well. But yeah, I like the fact that the Penguin just tips a bunch of lorries and stuff because he's just I love traffic. I love traffic when it's like a chase sequence because it just adds so much more tension because it's just like I love oncoming traffic as well, like not going against, like going through traffic, but like against traffic, and it's just like and everyone's just like swerving, and then it's just I love it. Oh, it's good.
I was a little bit surprised that Penguin and Riddler weren't working together.
No.
So I thought they would have been, and I thought it would have been Penguin's idea to get rid of Falcone. So like, oh yeah, here's some dirt on the people here.
No, I think the Penguin is loyal at that point.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Because, so we got, who's the, Carmine Falcone?
Yeah,
That's
Carmine Falcone.
Yeah, so he's the big bad at this movie. The Penguin's just kind of like the henchman.
Yeah, it really is just the starting out of Batman.
Yeah. And then Riddler is up and coming. Selena Kyle is just kind of a little cat burglar who is trying to help her friend. Because okay, we'll get to the main like crux of it. Basically, the Selena Kyle's friend knows what the mayor did in terms of all the corruption and how they got to power and everything. Because Carmine Falcone's former like head, the Sal Maroni's operation of like drug dealing. He rats out him and gets all of these people into power, and then he's the one who owns the city basically because he keeps putting people into power. And then so that's the basic plot.
Yeah, it's very similar to sort of Batman Begins because they both had that plot of Falcone having been corrupt, the whole city being corrupt.
Yes.
However, I think there's a lot more presence in here. Like I said, a lot more grounded.
This one focuses a lot more heavily on like the actual thing. Batman, I think, is more focused on the League of Shadows.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
Whereas this is more focused on the actual mob side of things rather than the...
Which is good because I got real Gotham vibes from this.
Oh yeah, Gotham's really pretty in this movie.
No, I mean just Gotham TV show.
Oh.
I got the vibes from that TV show because that's what it's all focused on the first season. It's just mobsters.
Fair enough. I just really like the look of the city.
Yeah, it's shot really well.
It's Liverpool and London, baby.
I was just thinking of the courthouse bomb, like when he starts to Riddler starts to strip the bomb onto the DA's neck in the car.
Oh, well, when he's in the car.
Yeah.
And he just whacks him and then it blurs and then you
yeah, that's another. Like, oh, it's so good.
I like Batman's little recording contact lenses.
Yeah, that's good as well because he can't remember everything. He has to take audio logs and video logs.
Crazy, so he needs to. He's just in the stage where he's trying to remember as much details and write down as much stuff as he can. And yeah, so he's got these little contact lenses. I like how it's kind of not like he has to tune them when Selena's got them in his eyes and they're like going for a club, because I think he has to tune it so that the connection can always be on.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, well, they're not working at the moment. I'll just tune them so the frequency can penetrate this wall enough so it can get a connection.
Another reason why he's actually quite clever in this film.
Yes.
Because he has to know how that works. What do you think of Andy Serkis as Alfred?
Good. Honestly, I did kind of expect them to kill him.
I was hoping they wouldn't, because...
I was hoping they wouldn't, and they don't. But when he does get blown up, it's like, this could be like a really good, like, Batman has nothing sort of thing. I know they wouldn't kill him, because you're not gonna kill Batman's, like, one surviving, like, hope. I do like the scene after the reveal of Bruce Wayne's parent. Okay, that's one other thing I had. Because it's revealed that Bruce Wayne's father had Falcone supposedly murder a reporter who was trying to break a story on Bruce Wayne's mother, Martha.
Mm.
Why did you say that name?
Don't mention that.
And then immediately, like, Bruce Wayne goes over there and confronts Falcone, and then Falcone tells him the story. And then the next scene is immediately, hey, look, your father wasn't a bad guy. It was just a misunderstanding.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Okay, you gotta kind of, like, I reckon if they had the scene where Batman goes off to find Catwoman and they talk about that, and then I don't think it would work timeline-wise, but just have it kind of be like, have something in between that, so it's not just immediately after Batman finds out that his dad's a bad person, he goes to Alfred wakes up, and then...
Like, to be honest, they could have just had that scene right at the end of the film.
Yeah.
That would have worked so much better, because then...
I think you don't get the moment where Bruce is like, I don't want to see anyone else die. Like, I don't care if I die, but I don't want to see anyone else die. I have that fear still that other people will die in front of me. So I get that point. But all you have to do is kind of have Alfred wake up, Bruce Wayne going to Catwoman on the tower where she's beating up the mob boss or the corrupted cop, and having the I get you can't do it because Catwoman's going to kill Falcone. So in terms of like, but just have something else.
Well, to be honest, even if he's going to kill Falcone, he would still want him to stop doing it, right? It wouldn't change anything wise.
No. I just meant that he wouldn't then go to Alfred. That's what I was saying. It's just like.
Well, he could to Alfred eventually because he's in hospital. So if he hasn't woken up yet.
But I mean, just have like Alfred wake up, then have like you could have that, and then you have because I think you want that scene where Bruce is kind of like reconciling with the fact that his dad's like not a good. Like you could even do it after all of the Riddler stuff happens.
Yeah, that's
Like
what I was thinking.
Batman's
Do it right,
bring
right
it
then.
out after the light, and then have Batman's revelation. Because then Batman's taking down Falcone, thinking that his dad wasn't a hero.
Yeah, which would have been so much better.
Yeah, and then you have I think that moment could have been shifted and it would work a bit better. But other than that, it's pretty bloody good.
Yeah, that was my one issue. That was the only issue I had, because when you had it that close together, it almost feels like
it kind of just immediately takes the tension out. It's like
tension
because
just
at
drops
that point,
in that moment.
because it's like in this movie, I kind of did believe maybe Bruce Wayne's dad isn't like Thomas Wayne isn't the symbol of hope and everything, because the renewal fund is the big bad thing that everyone's like after. And then it could have been like, yeah, well, if his dad tried to cover it up, the Arkhams and the Gotham, like the Waynes covering it all up to protect Bruce's dad's legacy. And then you have it revealed that no, it was just a misunderstanding. Like, that's the only, like, we'll move on from it because it doesn't ruin the movie. It doesn't like
no, it just drops tension though. It does.
It just drops the tension. It just builds the tension, and then you kind of want to sit with it a little longer before it drops.
Yeah.
And if you had
you want
Batman
that tension to
do
stay
the whole,
high as possible.
If you had Batman doing all of the things he does, and then does the talk with Alfred before the final fight, where like maybe even have Alfred reveal the tool, because then it's like because Alfred's a working man.
Yeah, he would know. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to have like you have Bruce Wayne steal it, go to Alfred. Alfred notices it. Batman clicks it, goes back, pulls off the car, like goes to talk to Riddler. The Riddler then reveals, and then you do that. Like you can. I feel like
there's other workarounds. I'll make it a little bit better.
Like you can kind of see, like stitch it a bit better and make it kind of the pieces fit slightly better in the jigsaw puzzle. As Riddler loves his puzzles. He
does love his puzzles, yeah.
What else is there to talk about this really good movie?
What about the Batsuit?
What do you think of the club?
Oh, the Iceberg Lounge. I love they call it that.
Yeah.
That's such a
fish and chip shop, I think.
Well, just Iceberg Lounge is a very iconic place.
A freezer department, though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
They had that in Gotham as well in the
Do you like
TV
the
show.
fact that Bruce Wayne finally learned how to deal with the twins?
Yeah,
just first encounter, beat the shit out of them. Second encounter, oh, they knew who he is. And then third encounter, just walk past them and close the door.
That was good. Yeah, the Batsuit.
Oh, very good Batsuit. I like this Batsuit a lot.
Yeah. Also, not really any batarangs in this film either.
No.
Only the one giant one he uses to cut the wire.
Yeah. I think that's a little goofy, but I do get the point of it. I do like that end fight, though. I do love that you just kind of get the full-on Batman. People have speculated that green substance he used is Bane serum.
I was wondering, but when a Bane serum makes him more muscular.
It makes him rage and unstoppable. I think it's an adrenaline. Boost?
Adrenaline, yeah.
Yeah, but that, because it's green, people went, Bane! And it's like, he's probably already maybe beaten a version of Bane in this universe.
It's probably just a Kevin Feige moment where they just put in something.
They're just putting it in there to tease other stuff. It's like, okay, let's get to the Joker.
Yeah. So I thought the Batman was set in the same universe as the Joker film or Joker film.
No, it wasn't. They have stated that from the very beginning that they weren't connected. I'm surprised DC had the restraint not to keep them in the same universe.
Yeah, true. They really want to build their own universe.
We are getting a Joker 2, so maybe that will reveal, because the Batman's done well, and now Joker's done well, we might get Joker 2 confirmed. And we'll have free Jokers, like in the comic books. Yeah, there are free Jokers.
The Jokerverse.
Yeah, where there are free Jokers running around in the DC Universe's storyline. But no. So it's the guy from Eternals, Druig.
Yeah.
Instantly clocked the voice. Also, I think because his brother posted about him being the Joker, and then it got immediately taken down, so you knew it was true. That's how leaks work. If they get taken down, most likely they're true. Because if a studio's like, oh yeah, well, we'll leave it up, it's not gonna, like, people can think it, but it's not. Like, everyone talking about, like, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. It's like, well, if we take them down, people are going to know they're in it. So we'll just leave them up and let the speculation run rampant. We can't win either way, so we might as well just let people have the fun of speculating. Well, but this one, it was like,
yeah.
This one was just like, dude, you fucked up. Don't reveal that your brother's the Joker.
I don't think anyone was expecting it.
No, I don't know if he suits it.
If I'm honest,
His voice is distinct, but he sounds like he's just talking as the dude from Eternals.
yeah, if I'm honest, I'm actually disappointed that they put the Joker in here.
Yeah, I get why you do it, but I would have thought save the Joker for another movie.
Yeah, I was really hoping, sort of, even though the next villains or something would just be different, ones I haven't seen for a while. Like,
Like,
when
put
was the last
Poison
time you saw
Ivy or
Riddler and Penguin? A long time ago.
Yeah,
What was it, Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee? No,
that wasn't Penguin.
I realize that
That was
now.
Two-Face. That was Two-Face.
Yeah. Penguin was even
We had
longer.
Penguin in. We did have Penguin because we had Catwoman and Penguin in Michael Keaton's, and then
It's still pre-2000s, right?
we
It's
had Poison
over 20
Ivy
years
and
ago.
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. So I was
I
really hoping they wouldn't do Joker because we had that recently. I'm sort of jokered out at this point.
We had Jared Leto's Joker in
I'm
Justice
sort of
League.
done with it.
The Zack Snyder's Justice League, where it's like the worst version of the Joker, and then we got Morbius.
I was really hoping, because obviously they're going to make a sequel to this. Guaranteed.
Well, I think the issue with it is it makes it so much parallel to Batman Begins, because the tease at the end of the Batman Begins is the Joker card.
Yeah, and that just
And
annoys
it's
me.
like, well, okay, well, now we're getting Joker, and I'm like, okay. But he's in
I'll
prison.
be fine with it if they do sort of a Thanos style and just have him at the end of multiple films. So if they maybe bring Joker in the third film.
Well, supposedly, we'll talk about it on this week's TFE, but there have been a Penguin TV show announced and a Jim Gordon TV show announced. And the Jim Gordon one is apparently set in Arkham.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, it's like Jim Gordon. I think the Jim Gordon thing is Jim Gordon's perspective of either the Batman in the first 2 years of his life. So it's Jim Gordon dealing with having Batman in the background, beating up all the criminals.
That'd be good. I'm interested with that.
Supposedly from like the brief synopsis, but we'll talk about more in TFE.
Yeah, so I was seeing the Joker and realizing I don't want the Joker's next
More
villain.
Joker.
Not really. I was trying to think, who do I want as the next villain or the next main antagonist? And then the first person that came to my mind was Professor Pig.
Why?
I think Professor Pig would be a fantastic villain for this Batman.
I think Man Bat.
Or not Man Bat. Man Bat's a bit
Man
insane.
Bat would be sick.
I both
You
have
just
Man
have-
Bat and Professor Pig.
Man Bat and Professor Pig teaming up to take on the underwater
No, but just
Gotham.
think, Professor Pig is such a creepy antagonist.
To Google Professor Pig because I don't remember what he looks like.
He amputates people and then turns people into kidney pies.
Oh, Professor Green, the English rapper.
Professor Pig would be so good because it's
Oh,
another
wait,
sort of
PYG?
crime. It's a serial killer.
Oh, you're talking about this from the fucking Gotham TV show.
Yeah, it's so good. I reckon that would be a fantastic villain for this Batman incarnation because it's the detective work again. It's still serial killers. It's not like
See, you could do Killer Croc or Suicide Squad King Shark because the city is now underwater. And then you get the underwater villains coming out to play.
Who do you want to see as the next villain?
I want Poison Ivy. We haven't had a decent like the Harley Quinn show has really made me like Poison Ivy again because
Yeah, that's true.
I like that character. I like because she's just trying to save the world, and that's a good political message. Like you can do save the environment, but don't go and kill people over it.
But I think we can both agree that they shouldn't do Joker.
I don't think you do Joker
straight
the
away,
second
anyway.
movie. I don't, because I'm just like, well, then you're gonna really compare yourself to the Dark Knight trilogy. Because if you do small time villain like Scarecrow / Penguin like Riddler, sort of like they're doing fear stuff. They're like, here's all of the things that scare people, and here's all the corruption and shit like that. Because the Scarecrow like does all that as well. And then you do Joker, the next one. And then if you're going to do Bane, because you teased Bane in this movie, it's like, oh yeah, we're just doing the Dark Knight again. Because that worked. And we got money from that. But like,
I want
try some new
different.
stuff.
I want
Yeah.
villains we haven't seen for ages or even ever before in a Batman incarnation.
Man-Bat. Bring live action Man-Bat. We got a bat in this movie.
The Batman
but
has one
Bruce
of the
Wayne
best.
isn't terrified of it.
The Batman has one of the best rogue galleries compared to any
He's got-
other superheroes. The only one that's comparable with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Use them. Stop using the same
and
ones.
Marvel had to reuse all the ones from the previous movies.
Yeah. It's just annoying. Stop using
Yeah.
Joker.
Like, we get it. He's good, but you're doing Joker 2. You can't have 3 Jokers on the go. You gotta have or maybe they are trying to fucking do 3 Jokers.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe the third film is the Jokerverse.
They are trying to do the comic line where 3 Jokers are running around. Oh, no.
That's what Flashpoint is. That's why Flashpoint's delayed.
God damn
It's
it. They
3
realized
Jokers.
that they need 3 Jokers. Oh, boy. Nah. I like the Joker. But yeah, he's you don't need the Joker now. You can have like I like what you were saying, where you had like a Thanos approach, where you just have the teasers of him, but you don't see him until like the 3rd one, or like you have like Joker-esque stuff in the background where it's like the Joker gangs are running around and the Batman is going, but can never catch him.
Yeah, even if you have a tease in the second film, just saying Joker escaped Arkham.
Yeah, like
something like that in the background, and then. In the end, right at the end, you just say, "Oh yeah, this is how Joker's planning to kill Batman" or something. That would be great. You're setting it up. You're building up tension and hype for it, but don't do it straight away. Give it time.
Right. Let's have a look. See it. Batman villains.
Because to be honest, let's be honest. Joker is Batman's greatest villain, right?
Yeah.
You can't really argue against it. They are go very well together. The Harley Quinn TV show proves it better than anything else.
Yeah.
So it would make sense for the Joker to be in there, but it should be there for the final film. It shouldn't be midway through. And I think that's sort of why probably the Dark Knight trilogy failed at the end. Because you've had your greatest villain midway through. The 3rd film was never going to compare with it.
Yeah. I still think Poison Ivy would be good.
Poison Ivy would be good. I mean, as much as I love Professor Pig, but...
Because I might be reading into this, but they do have Catwoman call the Russian girl Baby a lot. So I don't know if it's her friend or
maybe the Russian girl is Poison Ivy, because they have changed the names. I think they changed the name of Riddler, right? He's called Edward North or something in here.
Nash.
Nash, that's it. Yeah.
But I think it's like probably. I do like the fact that they threw in that he's an accountant, so that's why he has he's good at numbers.
Yeah, but that's still different from what it originally is. I'm pretty sure he's
Edward Enigma or something like that.
Yeah, his real name's Edward Enigma.
Anagrams to something. I can never remember what it does. And I was looking at it going, what is this one anagram as? But I don't think there is an anagram or whatever it is for the Riddler's name.
I'm gonna look up now anagram for it.
Yeah, I did that earlier. It doesn't come up with anything. But yeah,
I think it's
looking
I think it's just Enigma.
Well, yeah, his name is something Enigma.
Yeah, his full name is Edward Enigma, but if you shorten it Enigma, Enigma is puzzle.
Yeah. So we have Deathstroke as a potential villain.
That will be good.
But then again, are they going to use the Justice League teaser Deathstroke? Because they can't do that. So they've already teased a Deathstroke that's never going to get a movie.
That's true.
They don't have the Batman. Like, this is the problem with DC. They just throw things out there and then they immediately cut them. That Professor Pig's on here. Zodiac Master, Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Maybe not that one.
That could be fun. That could be the twins.
Oh, Hugo Strange. That would be a good final boss.
You could have you got Joker's daughter. So maybe we get rid of Joker and we replace it with the Joker's daughter. Kite Man. You could have Kite Man.
Can't do Kite Man.
Have Poison Ivy and Kite Man from the animated TV show turn up. You could have Court of Owls. People were like speculating that this would be a Court of Owls movie.
I would like Court of Owls, but I want to see what's like in the game first.
I like that idea, but my only issue is that you've gone from one conspiracy of like the corruption of Gotham to then immediately in the next movie is also the corruption of the corruption above Gotham. So it's like,
it's just a bit much, isn't it?
Yeah, you just want Batman to like properly beat the shit out of it. Like have some Solomon Grundy. Ooh, that would be a good one.
Yeah.
Calculator. Calendar Man. Ooh, Calendar Man, the serial killer who kills on festivities. That could be good. I would like to see their take on Mr. Freeze.
They could also do Mad Hatter.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. If you did Mr. Freeze, he could freeze the underwater bit of Gotham. Or like that could be your solution as how are they going to get Gotham out of water? Because that's my question.
I think they can rebuild the barricades and then just flood the water out eventually.
Yeah, probably.
It just depends. Are they going to tie that into the next film?
I don't know. I want, because it's setting up the Penguin taking over the city, sort of, because it's the shot of this is the this will throw everything into chaos. All the gangs are going to be fighting for it.
I think
And-
you definitely have to have Penguin in the next film. You have to do it.
Yeah, I reckon they'll do. But then they're doing a TV show with Penguin, so I think the TV show is a prequel, like showing the Penguin rising up the ranks of the And then if you did that, then you could do the Disney approach where you give backstory to something, and then have them in the next movie, and then you have to watch it. It's interesting.
Bane would also be good if done right.
What? Not Tom Hardy's?
We have to Hulk him. You have to Hulkify him.
What you want him? But this is a realistic version. This isn't like.
Honestly, if you're doing Bane, you
if
have
you
to
say
Hulkify.
you want The Rock as Bane, I will punch you.
No, not The Rock. No, but you have to have him massive. You have
Imagine
to.
The Rock with the Bane mask on.
Because that was my biggest problem with Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. It doesn't work. Him just looking like a normal guy.
He's pretty bulky. He bulked up.
He's not big enough. He needs to be huge. He needs to be equivalent of a Hulk.
Do you reckon they're gonna make the mayor's kid Robin? Because Batman keep looking at that kid a lot.
I hope not, because I don't like Robin. I just don't like Robin.
Because Robert Pattinson said that he'd only do Robin if they made him an actual child, like 13 years old or whatever. Because the last iteration of like a live-action Robin has always been like an old man, like a 20-year-old plus man. And it's like, no, that's Nightwing. But you haven't. No, you don't do Robin.
To be fair, Titans TV show has done that pretty well. Robin has only ever been a kid in Titans because the older Robin turns into Nightwing.
Yeah, but that's
And
what
they
I
have
mean. If you're
younger
gonna do
Robins.
Robin, you do Kid Robin. You don't do Dark Knight Rises, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's. Oh, I'm not that name. I'm actually called Robin. It's like, what? Why would your real name be your superhero moniker?
Yeah, that's stupid.
And then there's the campy George Clooney Robin. Bad. But yeah, I don't know what else. I don't have other. I'm just trying to scan through, see if there's anything else that really stood out to me.
What if the next two is Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze in the same film?
Maybe. I think they'll do Poison. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think you can do a story good enough with just one. I think you have to have two.
Well, this had technically 3 villains in it.
It did, yeah, had 3.
Because it had Falcone, Penguin, and Riddler.
Yeah.
And then Catwoman's the anti-hero. And like, Catwoman is seemingly more good than bad at this point.
Which is never really
that
bad,
was what
just
I was
a
going to
thief.
say about Catwoman. What do you think of the twist that it's his daughter? Did you see it coming? Because it's not in the comics.
I didn't see. I obviously didn't see it coming.
I kind of saw it coming because it was like when he's doing the interrogation bit of oh, what's your relationship with him? Why do you have a relationship? I was like, there's no way they're fucking because she looks.
You don't know.
No, because she looks terrified.
Exactly.
But I'm like, why would your dad call you sweetheart? But then I realized that he doesn't know because she goes up to he doesn't know that she's his daughter because she's just like her mom told her, but he's always just looked at like her as a potential, I guess, fuck partner. But she's always just because he's generally surprised because she goes up and confronts him and goes, remember, Maria, Kyle, my mother, and I'm her daughter. Because she says dad, and then she's like,
maybe
and he looks
what
genuinely
if
confused.
it was like the really disturbed version of that?
I don't think it is.
No, but I mean, like, what if they did that instead?
They wouldn't though.
They could have.
They could have, but they don't.
It's a good job they don't. But imagine if they did. Everyone would have just gone, "Whoa, oh, this is deep."
The kids in the audience who aren't meant to be there would be even more scared.
They'd be like, "What? What is this?"
I do like I just keep going back to it because every time I think of the Batman now, I just think of it walking and his boots just clinking.
And the music as well. Put the music with it. The
They do
Imperial
hit
March.
the score quite a lot with the Batman theme. I do like that theme though.
It works. It really works. Anyway, let's talk about finally Batman's redemption arc.
Yes. So it's all about vengeance. He's just out there to beat the shit out of people. He's terrifying them. And then throughout the course of this movie, he realizes that it's not just enough to scare people. He has to be a symbol for hope.
Yeah.
As all Star Wars movies are about.
Imperial March. I'm telling you, this is actually a Star Wars film.
Yeah, this is secretly a Disney-owned Star Wars film. This is
Yeah.
the next Obi-Wan.
No, Batman's Anakin Skywalker.
Yes.
He was Darth Vader, just fearing everybody, and then turns to the good side at the end.
Yeah. I do like I do love the. I wanted, the end fight where it's like the. Oh yeah, because we never spoke about the Riddler's like little incel army because it's like internet
No,
forum
yeah.
weirdos.
Once again, having that remind me of the game. A lot of this film remind me of the game.
See, I haven't played the games properly, so you're my in on this. 'Cause
Most
you
people who
them.
played the game, I think, would say the game is the definitive Batman.
Probably
Because
to be Batman, that's why.
it just does it so well. And I think
Yeah, but you get how many hours of gameplay to...
I know, I get that. And I'm saying this film is the closest I've had to that experience.
Other than The Dark Knight?
I wouldn't say The Dark Knight's even close to the game, to be honest with you. I think The Dark Knight's a good film. I don't think it's maybe a great Batman
we'll rank
film.
Batman, like, iterations.
Like I said, I like The Dark Knight for being a good film, not necessarily being a good Batman film. I don't think it is a good Batman film.
Yeah, I think people have said this is a good film, but maybe doesn't do Batman very well. And
I think it's the opposite. I think this one does the Batman very well.
I
And
think
people
it
don't-
certainly puts, like, the fear of Batman into you.
Well, I think people don't like it because he's not using gadgets and stuff. Because people think,
Yeah.
oh, he's rich. He should be using
And all
gadgets
he's
for
doing
everything.
is solving riddles, that bastard, for not doing...
Yeah,
doesn't know
but
what a fucking
at the end of
carpet
the day-
tool is. You don't know what a fucking carpet tool is until you got it mentioned
Yeah,
as a
exactly.
carpet tool. And you're fucking common folk. You're not a rich billionaire who's so out of touch that all he does is live in his mansion that doesn't even have carpet. It's
only
all
thing
just wooden floors.
I sort of wish he did was a bit more forensic stuff.
Yeah, but then I do like the thumb drive gag.
That was good. I really enjoyed that.
It's morbid. I'm like, oh, cool. Batman's got a little bit of sense of humor. Because he does make some jokes. It's like,
he does,
oh,
yeah.
but they're just so dry. And I'm like, oh, cool, yeah. Oh, yeah, fuck. I forgot the little penguin wobble.
I didn't notice
Waddle.
it. Oh, when
So-
he's tied up.
Yeah, when he's tied up, he's got the fucking things on his leg and
I never
he
noticed
waddles
that.
away. And I'm like, oh my god, they made the penguin do a little waddle. That's good. There's moments that I just really enjoyed. It's just like, oh yeah.
There was a lot of thought and care in this film. You can tell.
Yeah.
They definitely, Matt Reeves wanted this to be a success.
But yeah, I wanted to go back to the Riddler's incel army because I just find that so funny. Because it's just like, oh yeah, it's just a bunch of angry people on the internet. It's like, they make a big deal about how he's got like 500 followers. And I'm just like, oh, they do like start throwing like YouTube statistics around, and it's like,
Yeah.
this video made 13 million views. And it's like, yeah, Baby Shark did way more than that. That's nothing. They're baby numbers.
It's still good, though. I mean, I'm
Oh
sort of-
yeah, I like it. It's just like, it's just studio execs not knowing the success of YouTube, and like,
not understanding it's
I get
making
the
so much
point
money.
that the Riddler's meant to have a lot because it's like low down minimum crime, but then only like 10 dudes show up, and it's like, dude, you had 500 followers. What happened to them?
Well, yeah, that's what you'd expect with 500 followers. You'd expect 10
Yeah, it's
people
like-
to show up.
Yeah. The only thing that I was confused by is there's the guy in the at the memorial who talks to Bruce Wayne about how it's like all corruption and stuff, and he's just in the audience, and then he looks at Bruce Wayne and it's like, oh, what? And then Bruce Wayne turns around to look at him, and then there's nothing about it. Was he one of the people there? Because the guy who gets unmasked, I don't remember if he looks like that dude.
I'm pretty sure it was him. I'm pretty sure it was the guy who got unmasked.
I think it's someone different though.
I don't know. I think
But I
know, I reckon
I
it
watched
is.
it twice, and I clicked it the first time, but because I hadn't watched, like, I couldn't see it. And then when I went in the second time, I went to go specifically look at the dude. But then because Bruce Wayne beats the shit out of him and crushes in his face a lot, it's kind of hard to tell.
I think it is.
I do like the
I hope
pulling out
it
the
is.
flare and guiding people. That's a good scene.
There's a lot of good scenes. I think the action's also very good.
It's just, oh, the fucking hallway. We saw it in the trailers, but the fucking, like, he blacks out the building, and then it's just him coming up from the elevator. The guy looks up with the flashlight, drops on him, and then it's just flashes of bullet spray, and that's all you see of the Batman just coming towards the camera.
That would be
I love it.
terrifying. Imagine if you saw that.
Also, I know people were like, why is he just walking into bullet fire? He's covering his face, like, the underside, and his armor is semi-bulletproof, because it takes a shotgun shell.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that.
And
I
an
really thought.
explosion.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, my question is, why didn't they take off the mask whilst he was unconscious rather than dragging him to the police station? I reckon Jim Gordon is just going, no, just smacking their hands away every
Yeah,
time.
definitely
they try
is.
and do- Jim Gordon is just being like, no, stop it.
Do you know the last TBO we did about his Batman a good friend?
Yeah, it's just like Jim Gordon's the best
we
friend.
we predicted Jim Gordon fantastically.
Yeah,
It's all
but
one way.
He's just like, no, stop it. Stop trying it. And then it's just like in the prison cell, everyone's just like, oh, that's the final straw. And then Batman's like, fuck you.
He just starts punching police officers.
Well, they're trying to take off his mask.
It's like it's so funny. It's not like he just beats them away. He just punches
I do
them
like
like
the fact
full on
that
in the
he's
face.
I do like the fact that he's got, I'll go you on account of assaulting an officer, and he's just like, officers.
He's like, he doesn't care.
He's like, I will beat the shit out of more. Because he doesn't trust any cops. He's like, because Catwoman states it, he's just against everyone at this point. He doesn't trust anyone.
So good.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else to say.
I'm just trying to think. What do you think of the Riddler's actual plan? Because it works.
Well, I think the Riddler wins.
Yes. Well,
The Riddler definitely wins this.
Because all of his thing, the only thing he doesn't win is Batman being on his side.
Yeah, that's the only thing he doesn't win. But apart from that, he predicts everything. Even getting captured, that's not a loss to him. Because he predicted it.
Because he was like, well, look, I'll be safe in Arkham, and I'll be remembered.
Yeah.
Because I won't be at the I will not be forgotten. But then all the headlines of the Batman saves the day. Even though he let the city get flooded because he didn't know what a carpet tool was.
You can sort of forgive him though, right?
Yeah, I forgive him. I'm like, I don't know what a fucking carpet tool is. If my uncle or grandfather knew what I would be pissed.
Yeah.
I would hope that cop was there to randomly give me the information to solve it. Because that's the thing, he doesn't get that until the forensic, when they break into the Riddler's hideout.
Also, he still has to put two and two together. Just saying, oh, it's a carpet tool. He has to figure out, oh, the clue's under the
There's
carpet.
A carpet. Yeah. And it's only because he went to the Riddler that he figured it out.
Yeah, so he still
if
figured something out.
the Riddler hadn't told him he was missing a piece of the puzzle, he wouldn't have been looking for a piece of the puzzle to begin with. Because he was like, well, we've caught the Riddler, what's his plan? And I know Batman's meant to be 10 steps ahead of the Riddler, but it's early days Batman and he isn't sleeping, goddammit.
I think people hating this film are just the Dark Knight stands and just want any reason to hate this film.
And Zack Snyder fans, because it's not
and Zack Snyder as well, yeah.
It's just, there's too many. There's 3 Batmans. We got Michael Keaton's Batman coming back. We got Ben Affleck's Batman. We got Robert Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Did you like Robert Pattinson as Batman?
I did like him. He is a good Batman.
Because a lot of people were super skeptical. I wasn't as soon as I saw the first trailer. I was like, no, this is going to be a good take on Batman.
I think he's actually a better Batman than Christian Bale.
You just don't like Christian Bale's "Where is she?" voice.
Well, I was watching Batman Begins again, and I was listening to his Batman voice, and I was like, it just sounds like he's whispering.
Yeah, I like that voice. It's dumb. I do like but
do you not prefer this one?
I do like the subtlety of this one, because this one's it's gravelly, but it's understandable. And then Bruce Wayne's voice is kind of timid. Like
it is. Yeah,
he's not like, he's soft spoken. He's just very like, moody teenager.
He seems so depressed, just emo.
And then like his hair's all floppy when he's
and
it's just like, I'm like, okay, yeah, I do. I think Bruce Wayne. I think they'll change it up and they'll have him slick back, smooth hair, like short hair for the next one, because he'll don the Bruce Wayne persona a bit more in the next one.
Probably. I think at this point, at the start of the film, he's just depressed. He just hates everyone.
Imagine what's going to happen is Batman's going to be working with the mayor, like Bruce Wayne's going to be working with the mayor, and then Batman's going to be working with Jim Gordon, who'll probably be promoted to commissioner because the other commissioner dies.
Yeah.
Because you're like, Jim Gordon's not commissioner. That commissioner's going to die. Guess what happens? He dies. Gets put in a rat box.
Yeah, that was disturbing.
Yeah.
The rat's ate off his face.
Yeah, Riddler really gives off like Jigsaw vibes. It's like,
it is so disturbing. Well, the first step was, what was it? Blunt force trauma.
Blunt force trauma, wrapped off, cut thumb off whilst the dude's still alive.
Yeah.
Also, he seemed to get like really hard off of it. He seemed to keep getting a thrill.
Second one is getting eaten by rats. Third one is a bomb strapped to your neck.
Then I think that's that in terms of like contraption. But you see you see like tubing and stuff going into masks and everything like that. It's
so disturbing, but it's brilliant.
Yeah. And on that note, we'll probably end it because we've got about an hour of just praising this movie. And we do want to see a sequel. And yeah, I think generally very good. Well done. See, we can be nice about DC films.
We can, yeah. We're not just Marvel fans. And to be honest, no. Very quickly, how do you think this compares to the majority of the Marvel films?
Better than most.
Yeah, definitely better than most. I know it's not going to be your favorite because you love Iron Man.
No, it will never be Iron Man, but it does sit very high up in terms of what I enjoy about a movie.
Regardless how much you enjoyed the film, do you think it's a better film than pretty much any Marvel film? Just quality-wise, actual film quality.
Oh, you're gonna... What do you think? Because I'm guessing yes.
I think it is. I think it is a very good quality
yeah,
film.
I will agree. Just in terms of visual, like storytelling, I will say this movie is a lot better than most Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Because the issue with Marvel movies is they're trying to work in the template of an entire universe of characters that are all interloped and interlocked and everything like that.
Also,
So,
they're trying to be enjoyable for everyone. They want to make everyone
yes.
happy, make everyone watch it.
And so you do fall into the pit hole of very similar visual style, very similar character traits, because they're all going to be quippy. They all going to be like they all got to have like they're all good at karate. They're all good at like fighting. They're all good like stuff. You do get very similar, but then when you get like when Marvel actually lets a director direct it. So when you get like a Taika Waititi, you get a Winter Soldier. When you get Jon Favreau allowed to actually do it, and you get the first Iron Man, not the second Iron Man. When they're actually allowing directors to do what they do. So even though a lot of people don't like Eternals is very director focused. It's all practical. It's all on location sets, so it looks very pretty a lot of the time. Story wise, some people like it, some people don't. And that's the issue with Marvel. It's if it plays too far to one side or it sits in the middle too much.
Yeah.
So you won't get people because it has to appeal to everyone. So even that appeal splits opinions because some people are getting tired of the quips, some people are getting tired of the self-seriousness. So you're trying to please both. So you maybe have one movie where it pleases one set of audience, and then you have a movie that pleases the other side of the audience. Which is also in Marvel's favor, because they can toy with new genres. They can introduce people to other things. DC's approach is just kind of, we'll see
It's
what
all over
sticks.
the place.
Yeah, we'll see what sticks. People don't like this. Well, we'll course correct it in the next movie. And then we'll course correct it too much to the other side, and people hate it. And then I think DC has finally figured out that they just need to let directors direct.
Well, yeah. How many times do they let directors direct? Are they 2 for 2, aren't they? Suicide Squad in this?
And
The Suicide Squad, yeah.
Aquaman too.
And
Like
Aquaman.
Aquaman was very director because it didn't have much to do with
And
any
the first
of the
Wonder
other.
Woman as well?
First Wonder Woman before it became a success because it was like, oh yeah, it's a woman film, no one will watch it. And then Wonder Woman was good, so people went and watched it.
Because it was a good film and it wasn't stupid feminism.
And then
it was good feminism.
They let them have too much free reign over the second one, and it's like,
now it's stupid feminism.
too much of a good thing. But no, yeah, I would say from a visual standpoint, from maybe a storytelling standpoint, this I would say is better than most Marvel films. Is it as nostalgic as like No Way Home? I would say I do like this more than No Way Home.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. After watching, I was like, this is better than No Way Home.
Because the problem with No Way Home is a lot of it had to be done in secret. So it's a lot of sound stages and a lot of like imposing people into places. And when you're on a budget and a time constraint like Marvel is sometimes, and you're in a pandemic and you got people working all over the place to try and keep this a secret whilst also trying to make this as entertaining for everyone as possible and keep the nostalgia, it's amazing they pull it off. But sometimes the visuals on it can suffer a bit. Like, you do get the weird CGI backgrounds sometimes and the imposed shots, and some scenes look a bit wonky. Whereas this, I think, consistently stayed all the way through. Like, I don't think... Maybe the bit where the Batman's hanging off the edge of the stadium bit, where you see down below once this guy with the shotgun's coming up, and you can kind of tell that it's just a bunch of, like, it's a CGI background.
Yeah, yes, I mean, yeah.
That's like the only shot I can think of where I was like, oh, or like when they kick the guy off the building and Batman grapples him, and then you see they're dragging him up, and then you can see the city below. I think sometimes that sort of stuff, you can tell that it's on a sound stage or like not real practical, because you're not going to just drop someone off a building.
It was quite refreshing to have a film like this.
Yeah. I wish Marvel would let their directors do more visually.
Well,
I think we're in this. I think we're in this era though of Marvel letting directors do what they're doing though.
That's true, but I think Marvel, they need to do a film like this. They need to do a dark film, which I know they can do with Moon Knight, or hopefully anyway.
Well, yeah, dark TV show. Although
Or
I reckon
Blade.
it'll still be
Because I think Blade's not going to be a 15, and it really should be. They should have some dark with it.
It would
Do
be nice.
something
I think
different.
if Marvel is experimenting with genres, they should also experiment with age. And now we're getting the Daredevil and Jessica Jones and Punisher and all of that coming to Disney Plus. Maybe it will allow, if the success on those shows goes even higher than it was on Netflix, because it's now Disney has got it all together, and Daredevil and Kingpin are now in the MCU officially canon. So maybe the people who were skeptical of watching it because it wasn't technically canon are now going to jump on board and be exposed to some more gritty, dark takes.
Yeah, just Daredevil and Punisher.
Yeah.
All you need.
If they do like a season 4 of Daredevil that they were saying, don't change the age rating. Keep it more...
They have to, because if they change it, they'll just lose people.
Yeah. The reason, like, you can slot people into, like, you can slot, like, Daredevil into the Spider-Man, and he doesn't have to be a brutal murderer. Or, like, well, not a murderer, because he doesn't kill people in the Daredevil thing. He's very anti-opposed to doing that. But he still beats the shit out of people. Oh, there is a moment in this movie that I did like, and it's when they're going to the orphanage, and Jim Gordon pulls out his gun, and Batman's like, no guns, and he's just like, nah, dude, that's your thing.
I
hope someone memes that, and puts Europe as Batman, and then America as Jim Gordon, and it's like, Europe, no guns, and then it's America. Yeah, no, dude, that's your thing. I got a gun. If anyone, please, if you can Photoshop that, and like when like high-res images of the movie or like pirated things come out, can someone please Photoshop that so it's just Europe and America over the Batman?
That would be good. That would be good.
But yeah, no, I will agree with you. This movie is very, very, very good. And I will probably end up watching this a lot more. I don't know how many. The only issue I have is the length.
Yes,
it doesn't bother
me
cut because it's very well done. The only thing I had was that I went in at 4:30 to watch my second viewing. 30 minutes of ads gets me to 5. I came out at 7:50.
Yeah, it's
and
too long.
Yeah, it's not that. It's just you come out.
They could cut 15 minutes.
They could definitely.
I wouldn't say of one scene. I would just say of various bits, because there's a lot of just bike shots. They're just doing bikes again and again and again. It's like, it's kind of been done at this point.
Oh, I do like the fact that the end of the movie is the motorbike chase sequence, which is like the first footage we saw.
Yeah,
they had that filmed it. They had the end of the movie filmed before the end of the movie. And we got that moment where the dude falls off the bike.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I had a point, and then I got distracted by motorcycles. But yeah, no, I think if also I don't know if I mentioned it before, but the fact that, hey, look, your end credit scene is a bunch of movies that are coming out this year, and a link to a URL like picture hunt thing, and then you've now delayed 2 of your movies to next year. It kind of goes, oh, what are they doing again?
DC still a mess, but they've done something good, and
they've done something good. Hopefully,
I really hope the sequel to this carries on. I really want it to be good. If the sequel is better than this, it's gonna be better than Dark Knight, guaranteed.
Them's fighting words, but we'll find out because it hasn't been greenlit for a sequel yet.
Was it not? I'm pretty sure it's definitely rumored, and I think it will happen.
But we got Penguin spin-offs and Jim Gordon spin-offs, and maybe a Catwoman spin-off. So they're
I cannot see a reason why they wouldn't do it.
No, this thing's making money. People are saying, "Oh, it'll get Spider-Man No Way Home." No, it won't. It can't. I'm sorry. Like, I would love this movie to do big, but I think DC shot themselves in the foot too much. That the bad stigma around DC is holding people, and the nearly 3-hour runtime is holding people back.
Apparently, Dylan Clark, the producer of the Batman, says the next film. I said there will be another film, and it will be between now and 2027.
Yeah, well, that's a long stretch of time.
Well, yeah, but that's when it will be. It's be within the next 5 years.
It'll be when
that's a realistic estimate. Yeah. They're not saying it will be 2027. That's just the end of it.
Yeah, it's just as far away as. But then it's like,
because he's like, it will get greenlit
since 2012. So, but yeah, DC maybe not great to give a time frame of when their movies are, seeing as they released a movie with, hey, look, all our movies are coming out this year, and then they've delayed their movies. So yeah, but yeah, I think that's a good point. We said we were wrapping up like 18 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Talking. I did because that's a good question. I made a very good question.
Yeah. Principal photography took place in the UK and Chicago. So hey, look at that. We get just relegated to UK, and then America gets relegated to Chicago.
Also, the Batman's done the best opening weekend
Of this year?
of this year. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say it's currently at 301.3 million as of recording, and its budget was 185 to 200 million. So it's made a profit. It probably needs to break 400 to cover the marketing, because for a movie, it's the cost of the movie, then double it for the budget, for the marketing, and then so. But I reckon it will cross at least 700 million. I don't think it.
So. It's currently at 279.8 million.
Oh, I got 301 from Wikipedia. So.
Oh well, this is on Box Office Mojo.
Well,
I think it's a pretty.
They're similar enough. It doesn't really matter.
Supposedly, the best film so far of this year is a film called Watergate Bridge.
Huh.
It's a Chinese film.
Obviously.
Because no one's ever heard of it, and it's achieved 480 million.
Yeah. Well, last year it was 2 Chinese films and then Spider-Man No Way Home. So, but yeah.
It's beat Uncharted.
Well, yeah, obviously. Uncharted's been out for like 3 weeks and was dominating, and then this has come out, and obviously Batman's going to be Uncharted.
Right. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. We will have more on like rumored shit on TFE this week, so stick around, come back. These are interconnected, as are the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the DCEU, but this one was separated because they don't know what they're doing. They're just throwing shit at a wall and seeing if it sticks at this point.
What's our next TBO?
Fuck knows.
Is it Destiny?
That's a TBOnus, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're doing some TBOnuses because we got some stuff coming out soon that we might want to talk about, but I'll guess the movie from the good and bad reviews, so we might have some Batman reviews in it.
It would be up to me anyway.
Yes.
Anyway.
But we will see you next time.
Goodbye,
everybody.
Where is she? I'm vengeance.
I'm vengeance.
I'm hope.
Ave Maria. Anyway, goodbye. We're done. This is dragged on. Goodbye, everybody.